Rare Books USA online sales monthly report, March 2026. Make sure you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you watch all my other videos about book reselling and building this company. To christen off, as always, with some gematria. If you don't know what gematria is or you're curious to learn more, please go to my primary channel, Data Productions Media. Link in the description and comment section. You can find that out. But art sells antique and vintage books equals 333 in English ordinal. It's one of the most powerful numbers I work with. And then book reseller equals 137 in English ordinal, which is the 33rd prime, which is also a big number, what I work with. So with keeping that in mind, Rare Books USA's eBay, Etsy, and whatnot stores are subsidiaries of Data Productions Media. This is going to be an earnings report style monthly update. We track sales, expenses, and future business advancements. And as of right now, my 2026 forward guidance is $70,000 in revenue. We'll talk about where we are right now. Where does that leave us? And if we're going to get to that going forward. This is the end of the quarter. So this is a nice quarterly update to see where everything is at. So Rare Books USA monthly sales report, March 2026. On the eBay side, again, mostly just focus on eBay and Etsy right now. I do still have Whatnot, and I'm actually listing buy it nows on Whatnot. I'm not really doing any auctions currently. I'm gonna see if I can get any sales, just listing books over time. It's a slow play, but that's okay with me. So on eBay, the month of March, this is not including any sales I would get today. But for the month of March, I did $4,337.09. Sold 135 items. The average sales price was $32.13. And then so active listings, I have 5,966. I did have over 6,000, but I took down a lot of listings because some of my listings from 2024 still had non-white backgrounds with the light box I bought. So I just started deleting a lot of those, and I'm going to relist them and redistribute some of those onto Etsy. So I was over 6,000 listings at one point, but sometimes you got to prune your tree so it can grow larger. And I think I did just that. So we'll be getting over 6,000 active listings again here shortly. For the first full quarter on eBay, I've made $13,745.18. And that will come into play for when we look at our Q1 stats at the end of the quarter. In regards to Etsy, I have 843 active listings right now, 38 5-star reviews. I'm growing. I'm a star seller. So around almost in April, May of last year, I started getting an Etsy, and the first couple months it was rough. It was slow, but I've stuck with it, and my results have started to come, and I'm really excited what I'm building on Etsy for sure. I have a lot more listings than sales right now. The conversion rate's not where even Etsy wants it to be, but I'm going the branding approach, right? I know over time I sell good books. Each book's an advertisement to me. That's why my sales are starting to kick up and compound and catch up, right? So I'm really excited about that. But in regards to sales, in March, I did $490.53. In Q1, I did $1,398.07, almost $1,400 on Etsy in Q1, which is awesome. Looking at the March 2026 sales, I did a total of $4,827.62. I did not get the $5,000 this month. I was hoping I would get the $5,000. Didn't happen. It was a very slow month on eBay and Etsy overall. And when I say slow month, I'm still hitting my numbers. Like I'm really am still hitting all my numbers. Like I'm within line of everything, but I am listing a lot and I'm listing good books and I'm power listing in a way where if it was in a normal environment, we didn't have conflicts across the world and stuff, inflation hurting things, you know, maybe it's affecting sales prices a little bit, sales revenues. That's okay. That's why I list a lot. You know, that's why I am building a brand and having repeat customers. You know, when I list, I'm not listing for today. I'm listing for tomorrow, right? I'm listing for what that sale will be down the road. And that's what my business model is. And so while I didn't hit my 5,000 threshold, that doesn't mean I didn't hit my overall marks and not on my overall trajectory, because I am, firmly am. You know, when you look at my numbers, you know, it's consistently going up, whether it's not always just a shoot up, but it's consistently, you know, inching up. And that's what I want to see, the predictability, the consistency. And, you know, my goal is doing 70,000 this year and in revenue. And I'm doing that. And I mean, yeah, I'm a full-time bookseller, but I'm doing so much other stuff with my time on top of all that. So as I continue to make my operations more efficient and have that more leverage, what am I going to be making in this book industry, in this book segment of my business moving forward? So I'm really excited. And so the linear forward guidance for this year thus far, I'm at $15,143.25 for the year. Adding up eBay and Etsy, you divide that by 3. I'm still averaging $5,000 a month the first 3 months of the quarter. So what does that mean over 12 months? That's 60,000. That's 60,500. So I'm about 9,500 short on my goal of 70,000. So, you know, for the last 9 months of the year, I have to figure out a way where I can at least distribute that 9,500 out, because I think I'll be around $5,000 a month for sales consistently. But where do I get that extra boost? We know Q4 is going to be good. I'm probably going to get a couple extra grand from November and December, but I still need to be able to get that extra money somewhere else if I'm going to hit my goal of 70,000, which I think is possible, right? I really do. So that's what I have for like the monthly sales report. That's where we are. Q1, we're right in line where we need to be. I'm not worried. Like I'm linear guidance at 60,000 at the end of Q1 with where I'm going and where I'm taking this. That's all gravy, right? So we're good. So let's look at the Rare Books USA March 2026 fundamentals and financials. Income statement, my net income right now is still positive at $21.68. My general expenses, which is my inventory, right? It is significantly down from last year, which is nice. I was spending about $1,000 a month on inventory last year via Whatnot, Deseret Industries, and stuff like that. And so after 3 months, it's slowly going down, right? 2,600. You know, it's just under $1,000 a month. But with that said, I do have you know, some more packages coming in and stuff, and I'm still in the growth phase. So while I am saving money on inventory this year, I can't stop buying because I still have space to grow and such. So my net income right now is positive 2168. That's fine. This time last year it was still negative, and I'm growing my operations. Revenue margins are good. So I'm still expecting a pretty decent, hefty net income at the end of the year. But there's a couple of things working against that. Obviously, my car note, you know, insurance, and some other things. Travel is going to be a big thing moving forward with me as well. I'm going to Boise in 2 days for sourcing, which is a gamble. But they have a lot of thrift stores up there. They have some estate sales up there. I'm getting some help from my girlfriend. So we're gonna do the thing, and we'll see what happens. You know, it's a nice little experience, and hopefully it's fruitful and we get good books and it makes it worth it. That balance sheet, assets, liabilities were kind of remaining the same. Nothing to talk about there. The cash balance, they're saying right now I have a little over a year in runway, which is good. Cash runway means my operations are pretty steady. Cash buffer, only a month, just because I don't have a whole lot of cash right now. I've been adjusting things around, but this is good news. So the reason why I haven't done too much with the cash buffer is because I've been waiting to whittle down and finish off my flexible cash advance from eBay, Liberis, their loan program. I took out the max of 4,400 in September, and I only have $360 left to pay off, which is going to be paid off in April easily. And then I'm going to re-up it again, which will give me a lot of cash balance. And the big difference this time around is in September when I took out the full max loan, I used a lot of it for a down payment and on my car that I bought, and some other things, some dead money that I just, you know, having that money I just had to use for other things, which have paid off because it's helped my growth. But now when I get the loan again, the cash balance is going to be a lot more stable because I don't have, like, I'm not putting a down payment on my car again and some other things. So I have a lot more stability in cash, and it's going to be a lot better cash runway, better buffer. It could be over 2 years, how I'm thinking. So that's what I'm thinking right now. I actually like the program, the Liberis, because if you see yourself growing, it makes sense. So you have to think about this. The simple interest on that loan was 30%. So to get the 4,400, I'm paying 30% extra to get it. So you have to ask yourself, is your ROI going to be better than 30%? And if I'm usually using the cash for buying books, then yeah, if I buy a book for $1 and I sell it for, you know, $40, and after all fees and stuff like that, the profit's $20. Yeah, it's worth it. That's well over 20%, right? And so 30%. And I look at it as my business. Well, am I growing at 30%? Yeah, last year I did grow at 20%, and I'm also forecasting a near double again of 100%. So me taking out these loans, especially using it for inventory that's cheap in a high return, a high margin return, it makes sense in my eyes. It's not as expensive as one might think. So that's what I have on my March 2026 sales reports, fundamentals, financials, some things that are happening in my business, good things, things to note, things to worry about. But overall, good, steady, even, you know, when the world is going through a lot right now. Things are getting more expensive. People don't have a whole lot of extra money for discretionary items. You know, things they don't necessarily need immediately, like books, used books. I'm doing all right, and I'm okay with that. And I'm gonna keep listing, keep building the war chest for when things are good. It really are good. So I'm good. I'm happy. And with that being said, Art Turner, Data Productions Media, dreams are tangible aspirations where we scheme our dreams into existence. Please like, subscribe. I love you all. I'll see you in the next video.